So you guys waited how long with me? You guys waited 2 hours. We've been live for 2 hours. We waited 2 hours for this, guys. Is this about to be worth it? I think so, because a lot of these heroes don't really make a lot of sense. And depending on how you view the meta, that's good or bad. So here's all the stats. Brief overview real quick. Oh my god, she's so thick. You are absolutely right, Yumi.
It's Aversa.
Everyone is good. What is this bullshit? 37 speed neutral on both Kliff and Owain. 35 on Loki and 34 on What? That is so fast. But that's not even the biggest thing that's catching my eye. Okay, look at everything else. Like the overall BST of the heroes is already really high too.
Yeah, let me quickly get Loki's up. Plus 16 plus 25. 151.
So wait, how many? How much?
Loki's 151, so she's now the highest BST healer. Period.
Right. That is just one lower than like normal mages, so.
That's one above Mia.
Yeah, okay, wow. Wow, you're right. Howie Mia is the highest, was the highest one. Now it's Loki.
That's my girl.
So Loki broke the BST barrier. Who else broke the BST barrier, Legion?
Kliff has destroyed it. He's now got 157 BST, which is the highest of any infantry mage, and is the same as a Gen 1 melee infantry.
Right. So did I just hear that right? 157 BST for a mage.
The highest before that was Leon at 52.
Wow. That is such a big jump, a 5 BST jump. And let's keep in mind, guys, his bullshit tome, as long as he has less attack than his opponent, he gets, what, was it plus 4 to everything, or is it plus 5?
Plus 5. Kliff gets
5?
plus 5 to everything.
Alright,
yep.
So plus 5 to everything, so long as he has less attack. So you might look at that BST and like, just be like, Nims, you know, you're making too big of a deal of it. It's just 157, it's just 5 higher. No, it's like actually 25 higher, plus an addition of that 5. Like, he's hitting...
And then you have the fact that he has plus 10 effectively through his A slot, which is 300 SP, by the way.
Right, right. Keep in mind, 300 S... They did not give it the yellow border for Fortress Defense Reds. They didn't give it the yellow border, so everyone was like kind of lost on that. But it's actually a 300 SP skill. Kliff is amazing. You have 2 heroes breaking the BST barriers. That's on top of the last banner where we got another hero that broke. Well, actually, Legendary Tiki broke it. Myrrh kind of just reinforced it. So.
Yeah, she actually changed scoring through that BST change.
Oh boy.
Tiki didn't.
So how much is Owain and Aversa?
Owain and Aversa are more average. Owain is 163 and Aversa has 150, but that's still pretty high for a mage flyer.
And keep in mind, guys, Aversa's all neutral, so you don't have to worry about super boons and mains, and she's free, which is really good. It's nice to have a good stat hero. Well, 33, 34 without without the ability to manipulate the IVs stats. It's not, you know, that great for offensive stats, but still, she's free.
Just wait
flying
until we talk about her.
Bye, Morgan. Hello, Aversa.
Yeah, just wait until we talk about Aversa. I'd say start with Loki, and we'll save her for last because.
Yeah, start with my girl,
All right,
my
sure.
queen, the trickster.
Sure, and also just keep in mind, like, we've only had 2 other flying red mages. Halloween Noe was the first, Summer Tana was the second, and now it's Aversa. So there's very reason.
Both seasonal.
Oh right. Yeah, they're both seasonal, so there's absolutely no reason not to use Aversa if you have a Fire Emblem team. All right, anyways, let's start with Loki. So 42 HP, 33 attack, 33 attack for a healer, 35 speed. What?
Yeah,
was
she's fast.
Was she even this quick in the story mode? Well, actually, that's kind of different.
She was actually pretty fast.
Yeah, okay. 16 defense. All right, come on. You're not really going to care about the defense. 25 res. That's not bad at all.
Especially 47 HP with her A slot means that any unit with 44 lower HP gets hit with Gravity Play if they're ranged.
And that is actually a very useful skill. Whenever people look at how combat works in this game, they always look at the numbers, but they don't ever really think about the positioning. Loki, by slowing down at like in arena or arena assault, she's going to be so useful. If you can just make sure you're only fighting 2 or even 1 enemy hero at a time, because she can just keep ploying them, gravity ploying them and slowing them down. That's immensely useful. because it's even if you have like the greatest stats and whatever, if you have to expose another hero while you're playing, in order to get the kill, you can't really do that because then you're gonna have to redo the run. So even though it's not like impacting like stats or whatever, she's making a great impact in the game just by using Thok. So
yeah, no, she definitely is making a huge splash with her stat line and her staff in general. Like, even when we just look at her purely offensively, she has Wrathful Staff, no Dazzling, but she has Wrathful, so 47-35 offenses. I'm pretty sure that means
Kliff
she has
has
the
one
best
super boon and 3 super
offense right
banes.
now.
Loki has one of each.
I think
Owain
Veronica's
has
like
none
a
of either.
46-36, something like that. Somebody, hold on, let me check that. But yeah, Veronica is 46-36, so less speed but more attack. Generally speaking, she's the best offensive healer now. And then she has a pretty solid res stat to work off of with that monstrous HP stat of 47. I think she was definitely going to be a useful healer.
useful
Granted,
healer.
Well, I say that because in the upper meta where melee units, you're not going to see much use in Loki anymore, but even at just the point where you're seeing armor march armored mages, that's still going to be pretty good. So I think Loki's definitely going to make a lasting impact, especially with that A slot.
Right, she's gonna be great either way. The biggest thing with healers is that they're always gonna find a use. Like if you don't use a healer in an arena, totally understandable. But at the very least, like if you just pull a healer, that's something for arena assault. If not, even for like GHBs and whatnot.
Right.
I use healers in the arena.
Okay, for her Super Bane, guys, it's defense. Once again, for the BST, 151 BST, Super Bane is defense, Super Boon is res, so you can possibly get 29 res. And you really don't want to hurt her HP, so if we ever built Loki, you would want minus defense. Because at 16 defense, you're not really going to save it. Though, at 16 defense, 42 HP, 16 defense, if she doesn't get doubled, she can probably take a physical hit, so you got to make up your mind there. What would you suggest for her Banes and Boons?
As much as I think it's kind of silly, but you probably want to go minus defense, either plus speed or plus res, maybe plus attack, or even plus HP if you really want to go down that route. But keep that HP intact. That is paramount, because that's the entire core of her kit. But dropping her attacker's speed, given that she has Wrathful Staff, not very ideal either. So you're really just left with either dropping her res down to a reasonable 22 or defense down to a pitiful 12.
And you
so that's about it.
Right, and you might want to have plus HP. Despite plus res being a super boon and 29 res being very respectable, you might want plus HP just to help Thok a bit better, right?
Yeah, definitely, because that puts her up to 50 base HP with her kit, which means that any ranged unit with 47 or lower HP gets hit. I don't think that it's very possible for a ranged unit that isn't armored to do that, so it's definitely worth the effort if you want to go that plus HP.
Alright, it's hard to like say anything bad about Loki. I still think 35-35 for attack and speed is the stat line you want to look for when you're a colorless hero, and she's basically there. And the fact that she's a staff hero is even more unexpected. So great offensive stats. I would say she's basically comparable to Maribel and Veronica, though I still really like Veronica a bit more, just because of, her staff and But it's hard to argue that in the past couple months we've gotten like the 3 best healers in the game now. Yeah.
Oh no, definitely.
But poor Maribel.
Maribel's still good. She's still. I think that these banners have given us the 4 best healers in recent months. But
I'm
yeah.
calling her lucky though.
I don't blame you. Dazzling Staff basically completes her. Unfortunately, she only has an A slot and a C slot, so no Dazzling. But no, she's definitely one of the best mages, even if she can't benefit from horse status or from the ridiculous staff that Veronica has.
I actually do kind of feel bad for Maribel, people who used Maribel, because now it's kind of she's not, I don't think she's completely power creep, but like if they waited a bit longer, I think they would have picked other staff healers that came out over Maribel.
My last healer was a Bridal Lynn and I was aged.
Yeah, we had no healers for ages. It was Maribel had to happen in order to not be in a drought. But But now we're getting nothing but healers, and they're all power creeping each other.
And yeah, Bam Monty, you're absolutely correct. Loki has Wrathful Staff built into her weapon, so she doesn't have to worry about it. But still, getting Dazzling it's from Bridal Lynn and Maribel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Only those two.
That's kind of rough, so.
Yeah. No, getting that kind of fodder isn't very easy, so I wouldn't blame you. Change your B slot to anything else, really. Like, if you're not running that, you're either running Wings of Mercy or Chill. That's basically what a healer is good for.
All right.
So, yeah.
But moving on, now we have Kliff, and it's very surprising that Kliff is so good.
Usually bad in Echoes.
I haven't played yet, so I don't know.
I don't know what happened here, but Kliff just went completely off the deep end with his stats here.
Kliff snapped.
But I think IS kind of wanted to balance it out a bit. Kliff has three super Banes. Minus HP is a super Bane. Minus speed is a super Bane. You definitely don't want that. Minus defense is a super Bane. And his only super boon is plus res. And he has 157 BST. Now,
Rand, I would have to agree with you. Tobin was not worse than Kliff. Get that trash out of here.
Wow. Alright, but I don't think... Okay, there's a few things that I find really interesting here, because Kliff is a blue mage, and we have tons of great blue mages, guys. Linda's a great blue mage. I'm not going to say Reinhardt, don't make me do that. We have...
Ishtar, Delphia,
yes, Ishtar.
Right, Love Abounds Lynn. Who else do we have here?
You have the two Summer Corn, Summer Camilla.
Yep.
You have...
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Hold on a second here. I mean, I guess you could say of Katria, you have Micaiah. For free-to-play option, you have Tail2. The pool is very... You have Owain. The pool is very saturated, but at the same time, they all fit the same role of being high offense or high res, which is why Kliff is particularly distinct here.
Right, because just by having less HP, he gets a boost on every stat, so except for HP, so it's crazy good.
Yeah, he has 42 attack with his kit active, which is the funny thing here. His attack is actually really low for today's standards, but
you want
really
that
works out for his weapon. So
yeah,
I don't think a minus attack is necessary, because realistically, it's almost impossible not to find a 47 attack unit in the arena. So that's worth a damn. So I'd probably just not worry about it. But then again, given what you said about those super banes, if you really want to take super boon and res, you're gonna have to take minus attack. Yikes, though.
You might. I think they were trying to push us towards minus attack.
Oh, I'm certain of it.
Okay, but if you just think about his A slot, guys, he has 31 defense and 34 res. That's already really, really solid. And then you add a +5/+5 on that, as long as he has less attack than his opponent. So what is that then? What is that? +11 on both? So 36 defense effectively, 39 res effectively. Because there's very few cases where he would have more attack. So that is pretty immense for a mage.
And then he has 42 defensive speed. Oof. Like, he's no joke when it comes to being a tank. He's a bit of a joke damage-wise, although he does go up to 7 attack with Sagittae active, but he's definitely one of the tankiest, if not the tankiest mages we've gotten so far. And it shows. It's kind of silly, but it shows well.
All right. You would definitely change his special though, because it's Growing Light. I don't. Did he come with Growing Light in his game? Because I can't figure out why you would want Growing Light on him.
I'm sure there was probably some random reason for, but I don't know. Also,
the biggest thing that got to me when I looked at Kliff's skill set when we had that trailer was his C skills 45 res. Who does that anymore? When was the last time we got like 45 res on a hero, on a 5-star hero? That was the weirdest thing.
I remember last year when Brave Ike got threatened defense, we thought that was weird.
Right.
Why are we still getting these skills?
Right. Fortify res, if you guys don't know, is like you get from a lot of 4-stars, like Sophia, like, you know, Soren. There's a lot of heroes who have it. It's nobody really uses it at this point. Everyone would go for anything else basically. So that's a
Right.
I almost feel like they should have just left it blank, but whatever. It's nice to have, I guess. His B skills, chill speed, so.
Yeah, no, he has a really premium kit, except for his special and his C slot. Like, he has a 300 SP A slot, for example. So, he's not really lacking premium stuff, but wow, did they screw up his filler slots.
I would like to point out one thing. I feel like Kliff is like the only character in Heroes that actually had art really close to their original.
Oh yeah, no, that is really accurate to his original art.
So, okay, let's just
sad.
let's just end off with Kliff. Yeah, basically in most combat situations he has 39 defense, 39 res, and that's super high.
Fortify res fodder. Nice.
Yeah.
45 res fodder, yeah. Anyways, the one question I have for Kliff is he actually going to be amazing? Because I know he's gonna have a lot of stats and he's gonna be really unique, but until I use him, like for whatever reason, I'm struggling to see like how this is gonna work out. Because if 39 defense, 39 res is really not just really respectable, really good for most heroes, and then he has 37 speed, which becomes 42 effectively. Like everything about him is so good, but I have zero idea like where I would put Kliff if I rank the best blue mages. Because you have like Micaiah, as well as, you know, Ophelia. Like there's so many great blue mages in this game. And we just talked about like 5 or 6 of them. So until like I actually see Kliff in action, I really can't decide how good he actually is. But stat-wise, he's amazing.
Yeah, this is a hard debate. Like, I think he has Sumiya levels of attack, but his bulk is through the roof. I don't particularly see him making too much of a splash in the meta. I just forgot who I was going to compare him to, but nah, that low attack is going to really show its ugly face no matter what. But at the same time, he's not going to change the meta in any situation, but he's definitely going to be one of those units to be cautious for on the pure count of just how much he can tank, despite being a blue mage infantry.
Somebody said he's better Odin.
Someone said
Oh my
blue
god, that's one way to look at it. Owen is pretty bad offensively, but his defensive stats aren't bad. But yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, he's just Odin without the blade tome. That's actually pretty accurate.
Wow, that is... Okay. And that's a great segue to Owain. Yay!
Yeah, this guy's not looking too different in stats from other sources.
Wait. Okay, what gets to me is that he has 37 speed base. That's really, really high, in my opinion, for a character who is just going to nuke enemy heroes. Because if he can always double, that makes it very easy to get a special up online. And he just has to be next to somebody, and then he just nukes them.
Yep. That's basically about his entire thing. And his attack's a little low. 48 with Mistletoe. I mean, it works. His damage is pretty consistent through his special, but a little surprising. That being said, otherwise he has pretty standard, but albeit good stats. Like 37 speed, reasonably, if he's not getting doubled, that works in his favor, because then he can just get that special off and not have to worry about receiving any damage afterwards if he fails to kill. Or he can follow up for that last little bit of damage, so... the speed's in good use, at least in my eyes.
Oof, Avery beats him by one more attack.
Yep, I was about to say that. He's actually got, I think Celica is tied with him for the lowest attack of the recent swords.
I'm still gonna make the video whether he's gonna be the best sword hero in the game or not. I know people are gonna argue with me immediately just on that concept idea, but when we think about like a trinity of sword mistresses of like Ira, Carla, Mia, and then you have, you know, Zelgius and Black Knight on the other side for armors. Like, there's a lot of great red sword heroes in the game.
Or Celica.
And yeah, and also Celica. If she gets double line to trigger, she's a god. So, but look, Owain has this thing with him that I literally think he's like the perfect piece for infantry pulse, like an infantry emblem team. Owain, if he gets the infantry pulse, if he gets like, I want to say special fighter, but there's also special spiral, or what is it called again?
Special spiral for the B slot.
Right.
That one would definitely be. That would really work for him, actually.
Yeah, if he can basically have instant specials and then keep having instant specials, he would just flatten like everything.
Yeah, 35 damage specials are not 25 damage specials are nothing to sneeze at. Consistently, 25. Although, I will say this, because he has that much speed, you could run a Flashing Blade with his Mistletoe, which effectively allows him to have the Special Fighter cooldown without the guard part. Essentially making it so that no matter what phase he's attacking in, he's always going to get that extra cooldown, which makes it so much easier to proc that special. In fact, it actually can make it possible for him to hit it twice. Because if he triggered it entering a combat, and the enemy attacks back, then he can trigger it again.
Wait, is that actually for real? Because that's insanity.
Yeah, if he let's put it this way: if he has the special combat, he's 35 damage off the bat. The enemy counterattacks, 35 damage again. Bam, 70 damage.
What the fuck? Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary. His SP for Blue Flame, it's 500, right?
I'm pretty sure it's a signature special, so yeah, it's 500.
All right. So yeah, he's like a perfect hero for an infantry emblem team. Now, I know people are going to argue like infantry emblem is not going to score very well, but if you can somehow bring them to the highest point of arena, as long as they get instant specials, it doesn't matter if everyone has to do like a dual skill for the A slot. As long as they just have everyone has instant specials, I think infantry emblem might be the greatest thing in the game.
Won't argue that.
Someone scared me for a second. They said the game press said that Owain had 27 speed, so I checked real quick.
Wait, 27?
37.
There's no way.
Yeah, someone said that in the comments. I was like, no, it can't be. So I rechecked. I was like, nope, it's 37.
I would have laughed if he was a
no
27
way.
speed Myrmidon.
All right, and for anyone who forgot his base skills, it is Mistletoe on his ace for his weapon. His special is Blue Flame. He has A skill for attack, defense, bond 3, and then Wrath 3, and also Spur Speed defense, which you probably want to keep just for point reasons.
Yeah. No, he has a really solid base kit. Like, I just slapped Splashing Blade on him and a support skill, and he's rare to go.
Oh my god, you're right. With Flashing Blade, we talked about that last time as well. Flashing Blade would also be a very complete, would also help him become very complete.
Yeah, because then no matter what attack it is, it'll always have...
You cut off what?
No matter what attack it is, it will have 2 cooldown as he has Flashing due to Mistletoe's reverse blade effect.
Okay. And I don't think we mentioned this, but he has no Super Banes or Super Boons. He's just 163 flat, which 163, might not seem as impressive as Ticky's 170 or something, but it's 163, right?
163 is an infantry. 180 is...
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah. My bad. But yeah, 163 is nothing to sneeze at, and he comes with a Ledgering Weapon and a 500 SP special, so he's pretty well suited for Arena.
Definitely.
And then we finally have the free hero.
There's Thick Queen.
Yeah, I don't think there's very many girls thicker than Aversa in the game right now.
Not many.
I think if we look to the right, you might have a competition, but in general, I don't think there's very many this thick.
I think Darker's in competition.
Zarya and some of our art, Camilla, but that's about it.
I don't know about Camilla. Her thighs are kind of skinny. They're like out there a bit.
Okay. It's nice to have a woman here. I mean, it's nice to have you say that, Yumi. Okay. All right, well, Aversa, she is 150 BST, and her Super Bane is defense, but you'll never have to worry about it because, for whatever reason, FEH still doesn't want to put in IV randomizers, so, yeah. She is 150 BST. That's all you got to really know. 42 HP, 33 attack, 34 speed, 17 defense, 24 res. It is pretty respectable. I don't think you can really It would be a lot better if she had if you can manipulate her attack or speed, but
Yeah.
as long as you run her with Fire Emblem team, she's gonna be really, really good.
Well, now we get into why she's actually really, really good. Let's look at her tome. It's Aversa's Knight. Grants res +3. At start of turn, if any foe's HP is less than or equal to the unit's HP -3, and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts attack speed, defense, and resistance -3 on that foe, and all bonuses become penalties on that foe through the next action.
What was that, like the longest run-on sentence ever? That was like 3
Yep.
different conditions in one sentence.
So essentially, if the foe has 3 less HP, if the foe has up to 3 more HP than Aversa, then they get hit with a condition where they get all stats -3, and then they get hit with panic, and then it's a res +3 tome.
But they have to be adjacent
And
to
they have
another
to be
foe.
adjacent to another ally.
Okay. I'm just gonna be a simple man and throw Roarblade on her and run her in Fire Emblem. The end. I don't. That's a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how well it's actually gonna work out because setting it up
Well, let's
seems
put
kind of
it-
difficult.
Well, let's put it this way. If the unit has anywhere up to 45 HP, then they get hit with this condition as next to somebody.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to be next to somebody, and sometimes that's not very easy to set up.
True. When it doesn't work, it's just a res +3 tome, but when it does work, it's all stats -3, then panic, which can be up to all stats -9.
Right,
Depending
and
on
that seems
conditions.
really cool. But I'll try it out, and if everything goes wrong, it's not very hard to fix this. Just 20,000
I'm gonna
feathers
go.
with a Tharja.
Oh, I'm gonna go unique with my Aversa build. I'm gonna do something really stupid.
What?
The rest of
Just
the kit, by the
fun.
way.
Close counter, close defense, owl with defense refined, and then some random B and C skill,
What?
and she's all set.
We're gonna try to capitalize on that. 17. I cut back to the game. 17 defense.
I did close counter Lind. I would put close counter on anything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just like having fun with the game. I just don't care for how I build my units, really.
I guess. I'm a little iffy on that, but
Just gotta have fun.
in
Okay,
regards
I'll
to the
go
rest of her kit, she has Dragon Fang, HP Speed 2, and Odd Res Wave. So
Wait,
she's the
she comes
first
with odd
GHB
res wave?
Yeah, she's the first GHB to have a wave skill.
Okay, jeez. Look, I'm personally, guys, I'm not a fan of this. What I see happening a lot with these GHB heroes is like, Fire Emblem's like, hey, you know what would make people happy if we gave them this skill, and then they gave us the skill through the GHB hero. They don't.
Yep.
A lot of situations, they don't make these heroes are like, hey, this is a great build for this hero. Have this hero, and then this will really help you out. No, instead they look like, hey, we're gonna give you this hero, and then force you to make up the decision whether to fodder them or not. I know they give you a spare version of her, like you get 2 at least, but still, I rather they just focus on making a good hero rather than like, oh, we'll give you this fodder skill. Like, come on.
To be fair, it does work with her because she has 27 base res. That inactive, she has 33. It kind of makes sense with Aversa in particular, but at the same time, yeah, it is most likely just gonna be fodder. It was previously on Summer Takumi.
Someone mentioned her having odd res wave at 4-star.
I am almost certain that's not true because she has HP speed 2. I mean, I don't know,
what they say.
but
That's
I'm
what they're
pretty sure they
saying,
wouldn't
I
put
know,
that.
but they've made mistakes in the past, and I'm gonna have to wait until she comes out before, verifying that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, though. My friend said she'll fodder her, but I do not agree to that.
I'll use her. She's definitely going to be one of the most useful free-to-play units no matter what, because just a free mage flyer in general is something that could very much be of use to anybody.
I don't
Especially
have a
seeing as
single
how-
red mage flyer, so yeah, I'm with you
Same
on that.
here. Yeah, no, like, I think red mage flyers are currently some of the most premium stuff. Like, so are green mage flyers, but we have Morgan. Now we have Aversa for the normal summoning pool.
I have
And
Halloween Noe, so...
yeah, no, I regrettably don't have either. So very useful unit to me, even if she is very gimmicky. which a lot of GHBs tend to be.
I'm just glad that they made her free.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. I think the biggest question is this version 2 of what is it called again last year?
Far-fetched.
Is this version 2 of Far-fetched Banner, guys? What do you think?
Yeah. Loki was ranked 6th, by the way, in case you're wondering, on the voting side.
It's just that we didn't get a FEH channel, and that's really weird to me.
I know, right?
Yeah. They could have totally hyped this up, having Loki come out. Nobody would have expected it. And not having Aversa as a free hero, people would have been so excited. They should have just done the FEH channel. What happened?
Yeah, I think the FEH channel would have actually had some hype behind it. But then again, it would have just been this banner, and then that's it. They have nothing left. I mean, we're not getting actual content in terms of major update stuff until November.
Oh,
and
I
Book
see.
3 probably won't be until December.
I see. So they didn't have enough content to make a FEH channel. And that's what a lot of you guys are saying, that they're saving something up for November, which would make a lot of sense because in Japan, the big seasons are summer and December, like the summer season and the winter season. So that would make a lot of sense if they have a FEH channel in November to set up the December entire December holiday break, whatever. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're planning on doing. Based on what happened last year, I think FEH channel happened sometime in November. Then in December we got Book 2, and that was a huge update. So I'm certain that they're trying to just adjust in this similar fashion, except they pushed the Far-fetched back, because I think Far-fetched was like November, December territory last year.
You're right. It seems earlier. That's why I was so puzzled by this banner. I didn't see it coming at all.
Yeah, I think they only really ran it because we basically got Far-fetched through the Tempest Trials, so they just decided to follow up on it. I don't know why, but then again, this is a good time to use it, seeing as how it's a paralog and we're not in story chapters right now. So,
when's Golden Week? Your Asterix Man's absolutely right. Summer, winter, and Golden Week. That's the 3 big seasons for gacha games, I would say.
Let me double check. I know it's not for... That'd probably be the only time we get another.
It's
Hero
in May.
Fest. Yeah, 29th of April to May.
Okay, wow. All right, so we got all right, well that's so far in the future. But anyways, as for this banner, guys, normally I try and rank the heroes after a banner, but this one is so peculiar because you have the newest highest BST healer, and not to mention really great offensive stat line. Newest highest BST mage hero, not to mention a pretty boy, and then we have Owain, who is one of the craziest nukers in the game, and then Aversa's free, so hard to argue with free. So
I have a rank for them all.
you have a what? Okay,
A
go
rank
ahead.
for all of them all. Okay.
I feel some bias coming.
Loki, the queen, 1. Aversa, 2nd, because she's second queen. You gotta show her some love.
You're
No
so
way.
biased. Okay, go on.
No way. Because he's Coolio. Awesome. He got some nice hair. He's that little JoJo hand thing. And then there's Kliff. There's nothing I much want to say about him. Just keep him 4th.
Wow.
Usually
Okay.
the girls love the Shota boys, but all right.
No, I do not like femboys at all. They disgust me.
Oh,
Oh.
because you're ranking it like a hot-blooded young male, is what I'm saying.
Sorry, I just okay, Kliff is nice looking, but I'm more like a Lucas Conrad person. Those are the pretty boys.
I see. Okay, that makes some sense.
Yeah.
How about you, Legion? What would you do? What would you say?
If I had to personally rank them here, I think that Owain is, I think, quite obviously the strongest here. The only problem is that he is in an extremely oversaturated pool, so strongest is relative in this situation. But after that, personally, I'd probably say Loki, only because Loki followed by I don't know if I could put Kliff above Aversa, but given that he has so much going for him, I'll put Kliff above her. Not to say Aversa's bad, great free-to-play unit, but she is the least powerful, so to say, here. But yeah, Loki in comparison to Kliff, she just has so much more universal potential, being much more offensively capable at base, while having one of the best ploys that there is, whereas Kliff has the ultimate defense and only somewhat useful offense if he's in a bad situation. So Kliff isn't bad by any means. His tanking is amazing, but compared to the nuking of Owain and Loki's extreme utility and good offenses, I'd say he's a little lacking and probably the most, so to say, balanced, which is weird to say for a 157 mage. And then there's just Aversa, who has mage flyer status but tied to GHP, and her tome is a little gimmicky, good but very gimmicky in the same sense. So I'd say she's probably the least powerful.
All right. Okay, so all right, I think that's everything for me. If I had to talk about it, Aversa reminds me of Dark Elves, and I love Dark Elves. And there are too many hentais with Dark Elves, and I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay, so Owain, I think is the most powerful one here, and then I think I would put Kliff over Loki, but at the same time, it's really hard because I can't even imagine how good Kliff would be. So I'll just say I like Owain or Aversa, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, Loki and Kliff are very debatable. It's just that he only has, what now, 42 attack base? Like, he doesn't really have the most reliable special procs either, so... I mean, he'll be very good in tanking, but I don't see him being a particular offensive threat. But I guess we'll have to see him in execution to really find out.
Right, that's what I want to see, because we're just briefly going over this, like, we can't imagine what people were going to do, realistically.
Right.
A defensive blue mage is a very peculiar thing, and hell, I don't know, I can't wait to see what people do.
Yeah, Kliff will definitely be one of the most entertaining.
Alright guys, that is the new heroes. We're gonna take a moment before we go off and check out the art.
Yay.
Okay, but what are you guys excited about? Let me know.